the 20 minutes you got or so?
I'm sorry, I wasn't even locked in. Can you repeat that?
I just said, how did it feel just going live for the 20 minutes you got or so out there?
It felt great, just especially being back on the court. My teammates felt pretty good out there, and just going to build off that.
What do you think about just Jordan Hawkins going into year two? We saw what he did off the bench tonight, and what he can contribute to this team.
Hawk can bring a lot to this team, and for anybody that was watching last season, he had a few 30 balls. So his confidence was never a problem. I think for him now it was just learning the game more, especially defensively, and Hawk's going to contribute a lot to this team.
How much have you noticed throughout training camp, just the messaging from the coaches throughout the team, just to get up more three-pointers, find more ways to get those shots within the offense?
The message has been pretty clear. Just get up at least 40 a game, and that means we got to play with pace and just play basketball. So I think in the grand scheme of things, it's definitely going to be a positive for us.
And with the increased emphasis on 5-out, how much does that kind of benefit your game, just opening up the paint, allowing you to kind of make your decision, every time you come down the court?
Sheesh, you feel like that's going to open up the paint for me? Maybe a little bit. I can work with that. That's going to help a lot. I just wanted to see what you was going to say. Yeah, like I said, just kind of go back to just playing basketball. Making 0.5 decisions, and if you got the shot, take it.
And to that point, the first couple plays of the game, you were able to find Herb for the corner three, and then you found Tice for the layup. How much do you feel like this new style of play is going to benefit the way you want to, be a passer or play instead of style of play?
I think it's going to help me a lot in the sense of, there's an option everywhere. Last year we had options, but in how we ran our offense, we didn't have as many options. I feel like we have more options now, and that's just gonna open up my game. Where if I attack the basket, because we're playing a 5-out, you have a lot more drive and kick opportunities. So I think another thing in the grand scheme of things is going to be a positive for us.
Speaking of more options, in that second stint or so, you guys maybe flipped the script a little bit. Now the 5-man was coming to set screens for you, pulling the big out of the paint. Just how is that different from maybe some of the stuff you may have done last year? Is it different at all? And then, what does that do for you?
It's different in the sense of, last year we probably got into a lot more 4 to 5 pick and roll screens with me and JV. This year is just going to be a mix of everything. Not really. If we have a go-to, that'll be something we develop as the season goes on. But as of now, is just whoever's on the court set a good screen.
Not trying to put you on the spot here, but I think a few years ago we've talked about this. You guys had that screen with JJ at the outside of the floor. You and JJ go to work. Do you feel like you have some of the pieces on this team to replicate some of that same success you had with JJ, just in the flow of the game, not necessarily calling a play or anything, but like, cool, we're just going to get to work, the two of us, with like CJ or Hawk or Trey or some of the other guys?
I think that goes back to a little bit what I talked about with Hawk. Even though I was in my second year at the time with JJ was a well-experienced player. He had been in the playoffs every year. So his IQ on it definitely helped me a lot with it. And as I've grown in the league, the game has slowed down even more, and I'm able to kind of see where certain players are going to be, how the defense is going to play. So I think that just goes with CJ. I feel like it'll be with me, CJ, Hawk, Matt Ryan, Trey, B.I. I feel like those are the initial names that, with that two-man action, like how me and JJ had it, would be some of those guys.
And just what was your overall impression of getting out against an opponent with Dejounte on the first time? Obviously, you guys have worked together in camp, but now you're facing someone else. Just what did you make of his game today?
With Dejounte, I was kind of telling him, I was making a joke, because I would joke with CJ about, like, hey, it's the for the first time in a while, play with a real point guard, man. Nah, but it's all love. Because CJ told y'all last year, there are times where I think CJ would try to play point, and I'm like, CJ, I appreciate it, but I need you to score. So with Dejounte, I was telling him I'm setting certain screens, and I got to roll faster. Because before, where you got playmakers like CJ, BI coming off the screen mostly, now you have a true point guard that's looking to make the pass first. So I was just telling him that that's just chemistry that we're just going to build as the season goes on.
He had that nice moment where he hit you on a pocket pass and he around the free throw line, had a head full of teammates and get to the free throw line. Just does that make it easier to get to some of your spots, getting the ball on the move, maybe instead of the set defense?
Absolutely. That goes back to another question where it was there are more opportunities. So that's more of me getting it off ball and creating space for myself like that. But yeah, Dejounte, I said it before, real killer. And, I feel like, I hope, as he's with us, he'll start getting more light for that.
And sticking with Dejounte, one of the first things Coach brought up was just having Herb and Dejounte out there defensively and how disruptive they can be. What was that like, just seeing it in game action, what they can do together?
I'll laugh out there sometimes. Even though I'm out there on defense, I'll laugh. I'll be like, damn. Did anybody else see that? You see Herb just right there denying, then they'll pass it, and you got a new five right there with Dejounte, just active. And like I said, when you got guys that's playing defense like that, I don't see how it just wouldn't motivate you to step your defense up as well.